Alright, this is the Shadow Ranger, and I'm going to talk about the results of Victory Road and where we go from here.
On April 17th.
Normally, sorry, that was the video thing on the website here. Normally, I would start and go through the matches in order, but considering what happened, I think it's best to begin at the end. Wow. I'm not sure what to say about that ending. Before I pass judgment, I don't want to jump in and start passing judgment on the wrong people. I want to wait, get the story, and figure out what happened. What went wrong? What went so wrong that they felt that the best thing to do was to make the main event under a minute. Under 2 minutes. I think it may have been I think I read that the official time was like a minute and 28 seconds. Something went horribly wrong. I don't know what. Some are saying it's Jeff Hardy, that he might have been intoxicated. I've heard some suggest that somebody was injured. I am not sure what. But some just seemed off. At first I'm thinking, man, somebody needs to lose their job over this. And I still kind of feel that way. I was very disappointed with how the pay-per-view ended. But I'm also left very confused with a lot of questions. I don't know what to say. I don't know who to be upset with. Should I be upset? What was up? I know everybody's gonna go overboard and overplay this. This is not the death nail of TNA, people. This was bad. Don't let me wrong. This was bad. This was really bad. But it is not the death nail for the company. They can recover from this, and they will recover from this. If it was that Jeff Hardy was intoxicated, and that was one story I've read so far, that he was intoxicated and unfit, in no shape no condition to perform, and that Sting refused to have a long match with him because of his condition. If that's the case, you can't be mad at Sting. Sting is in his 50s. You can't be mad at Sting for saying, hey, if this dude's in no condition to perform, he could seriously injure me, and I'm an older guy. It means I could get injured a lot easily. If that's the case, you really can't blame Sting for this. You can't fault a wrestler for not wanting to compete against somebody that's in no condition to perform. You really can't be angry at Sting if that's what happened. If that's what happened. And there was a rumor about this happening, about the same thing happening to Jeff Hardy when he had that match with Matt Morgan. I think that was in December. I don't know, man. If that was the reason, if this happened because Jeff Hardy was unfit to perform, he was intoxicated or something like that, then he needs to be fired. I mean, if he was so messed up, that's if that rumor is true. If the rumor that Jeff Hardy was intoxicated or something is true, and that he showed up intoxicated and unfit to compete to the point where Sting just refused to have a match with him, then yeah, that probably needed to happen. Then that's what happened. He needs to be fired. Now maybe that's not the case. Again, I want to get the full story. I don't want to go in going crazy saying fire Jeff Hardy. I'll be honest right now. I do think that story is true. I think it's true. That's what I think did happen. That he was intoxicated. And if so, he's not worth that. I get that the guy's popular. I get that he's a star. I get that there are a lot of people who will buy tickets to see TNA or watch Impact or pay-per-views to see Jeff Hardy that wouldn't order if he wasn't. But I mean, if this is what you have to deal with as the con to have them on your roster, man, I don't know, man. You just got to cut your losses. You got to work on building up somebody else's big. I mean, I don't know what to say, because you can't fault the other Hardy, because Matt was fine. You know, Matt had a very good match with AJ Styles on the show. I thought it was one of the best matches of the night. This was I have no complaints about it at all. You know, Shannon Moore's a close friend of theirs, and he was in the tag team match, and he did great. I mean, it seems like this is just something wrong with Jeff, that he's screwing up. I mean, if that's what happened, I don't have the full story. And, you know, I want to run down the rest of the pay-per-view, but how do you talk about anything else? I guess for now, I just want to wait until we get the full story. I don't want to jump to any conclusion. There could have been some reason. I mean, I know everybody wants to jump up and say that Jeff was intoxicated. I'm kind of thinking that too. But at the same time, what if he wasn't? What if Jeff wasn't intoxicated? What if there was a legitimate reason other than that this had to happen? You know, I also wonder, you know, how come you didn't put the world title match earlier in the card, or something else could have happened. I mean, I'm not sure what. You know, especially with the excuse me, I'm kind of tired. Which is weird because it's 4 p.m. Why am I yawning at 4 p.m.? I don't know. You know, maybe somebody should have changed the ending to the number one contenders match instead of having it in a double count out. I didn't have a problem with that match being a double count out until what happened in the main event. Maybe Anderson or RVD should have won, and then they should have came out after Jeff Hardy got beaten and challenged Sting for the belt right then and had a match, or had the world title match earlier in the evening and have somebody. I mean, there's ways you could have covered this up storyline wise. You know, you could have had somebody from you could have had Jeff Hardy come out arrogantly saying, "I want my title match right now, and I don't want to wait. I want my title match right now." And then have Sting come out, and then Sting's coming from down, have like some of the Immortal Goons jump him, have Fortune come out and beat down, and then jump in, and AJ Styles grab Jeff Hardy and get him a Styles Clash, and then like the match starts and Sting gets the pin. You know, like there's other ways you could have done this other than closing the pay-per-view out like this. If something was up where the match had to be short, there's other ways this could have been done. And I guess that is bothersome too, because I mean, I'm not even pretending like I'm very disappointed with what happened there. And I don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and try to talk about the rest of the pay-per-view. Tommy Dreamer beat Bully Ray. Devon interfered, and they ended up giving Bully Ray a 3D. Man, I'm finding it really hard to talk about anything else after what happened with the main event. I still expect that Bully Ray and Devon are going to have some type of career match at Lockdown, and Devon will get retired. I wasn't too big on the match because I'm just not too big in seeing the old ECW dudes fight, but it was alright for what it was. Sarita and Rosita defeated Angelina Love and Winter. They're the new tag team champions. They tease more dissension between Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, and I think that's what Winter is. I think she's trying to she's gonna come out with some. She's trying to break up the beautiful people. Like she's gonna get them fighting each other, and then she's gonna turn on them, and somebody's gonna come in and with her and try to take out the beautiful people. It's a very odd storyline that they've been doing, but I want to see where it goes. Matt Morgan defeated Hernandez in the first blood match. It was a very weird way that Hernandez won. It was, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with the ending, but it just seems like it doesn't fit a guy like Hernandez. This seems like something that you would see somebody like Jeff Jarrett doing a first blood match. Like if Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle were having a first blood match, that's something Jeff Jarrett would do. Kazarian retained an Ultimate X. Like any Ultimate X, it was fun to watch. Not much else I want to say about that. Beer Money defeated Ink Inc. The main story coming out here was they teased decision in Ink Inc. where like Shannon was gonna use the chain to hit Rude, and then Jesse Neal saying like, no, don't do that. We don't need it. We don't need to win it like that. We don't need to cheat. And then they ended up distracting him enough for Beer Money to come back and get the win. And Shannon Moore's telling Jesse he's too soft, he needs to harden up, and you're not a student anymore. If we're going to be successful, you need to harden up. Now, usually when they do a tease like this in wrestling, it usually means that the good guy, that the team ends up going heel. So, I guess Ink Inc's going to be going heel. I'm not too keen on them being heel. I've heard other people say they thought Ink Inc was going to turn heel at this pay-per-view and join Immortal. Them being heel is fine, but I don't think they should be joining Immortal. That just seems kind of weird to me. But it was my favorite match of the night. AJ Styles defeated Matt Hardy. Also a very fun match. This is a tag team match, one of my favorite matches. Now I was thinking AJ beats Matt and they'll get him set up to eventually go after Jeff. But I don't know if these reports about Jeff are true, man. I don't know, man. Maybe you should just drop the storyline and just get Jeff out of there. I mean, this is the kind of stuff we're gonna get from Jeff Hardy if he's gonna show up to shows intoxicated and unable to compete. If that's what happened, I mean, I don't know. Mr. Anderson and Robin Dan ending with a double count out. I didn't have a problem with the ending. I heard some. I think some people are gonna have a problem with the ending being a double count out. I didn't have a problem with the way this match ended until the main event ended. Because, like, well, if you had decided to do that with the main event, how come somebody didn't change that match and have one of those guys win and have that guy come out and say, I want my title shot right now, and we making this a three-way. And then you could have had Jeff on the outs, knocked out to the outside for most of the match. Or have somebody come out and attack Jeff or something like that. I mean, if one of those dudes, if Anderson or Hardy, if Anderson had beaten Rob Van Dam, then he could have come out and said, I don't want to wait. I want my title shot right now. Let's make this a three-way. And then Bischoff could come out and say, if you want it right now, then I'll give it to you right now. If you dumb enough to try to win it right now, and then you could have done that, and Sting could have still won. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna say I was very disappointed because wow. Don't get me wrong, this is not me giving up on TNA or anything like that. I'm still a TNA fan. That's still my favorite promotion. It's just that this was really a letdown. And I don't have, and the rest of the pay-per-view, everything up until the ending, I thought was really good. I really enjoyed the rest of the show. I just don't know what to say. I'm going to speak more about this, what happened in the main event later. I'm going to wait a day or so, get the whole story, let everybody say what they have to say. I want to wait and let the different side, the parties involved, say what they have to say and let people know what happened. I don't think it should be addressed on TV. I think they should go on with TV show as if it didn't happen. I don't know, man. This is the Shadow Ranger. Thank you for listening. I still want to do a Q&A video, so I haven't gotten questions from anybody yet. So, I mean, if anybody else is still interested, please send me some questions, because I'd really like to do a Q&A video, and I'd like some different questions that I can answer, that things I may not think of to answer on my own. So, wow, I am disappointed in the ending of the show, but I gotta get ready to go back to work and do my 3 evening classes. So after I get some more information about what happened tonight, today, where I am, it was this morning, I'll come back and make another video. So thanks for listening, and have a nice day.